guys. You think it's live? Oh, there we go. Hello, hello. Not sure. Just gotta figure a couple things out quick. If okay, I don't think. 1 second, guys. This one that I need to add. I'm gonna try that. See if that changes it. One that I need to add. Yes. I'm gonna try that. See if that changes it. Alrighty. So, what we're doing today is I finally hit 100 subscribers. So, what we're going to do is if anybody has questions, we can answer questions right away and whatnot. But I'm also going to go through some of our older videos that I've posted over the years and go through those. So, let me get some of our older videos pulled up here, because I've been doing YouTube for a while now. For anybody who doesn't know, my videos go back to 2016, I believe, which their timestamp says 5 years ago, which soon will be 6 years ago. But, so what I'm going to do is, in a little bit, I will put the videos up on the screen as well, so that you guys can see them too. And we will go from there. Hang on. Everything seems okay. Alrighty. So, we are gonna get started, and the first videos I have are from a horse that used to be where Flash was boarded before they ended up selling him. So let me open it, and then I will get you guys set up here as well. It'll open. Of course, it's going to give me troubles now. Hang on. Okay. Hopefully that fixed the issue. So this is the first horse video that I ever posted on YouTube. So this is, his name is Cody, and I don't remember how old he was at the time. I want to say he was like somewhere between 5 and 8, and I was just trying to lunge him. So Mom was recording for me. You can see the video quality is not great on here. So let's watch this. It's only a minute long. And I did have permission from the owners to do this, because they just kind of wanted somebody to work with him a little bit. So he's just going around, and this one, I think it took a little while to get him going. He didn't have the best ground manners at the time. The Nuno owners, I've seen a couple of videos since they sold him multiple years ago of him jumping, and he looked like he was doing pretty good. I haven't seen anything more recently, but let's go back, and then we will watch. Here's my. This is the most viewed video I have. Let me get you guys the audio on this real quick. Because it didn't carry over. There we go. Now you guys should be able to hear it.
Come on, guys. Slow down. Slow it down.
So this was at Walworth County Fair in 2017. And this team decided as which my mom has on her channel. So if you want to check that out, her channel is Jen Games 99, I believe. Let me just move something real quick so I can see what's going on with chat and whatnot. There we go. Alrighty. And then I did a couple of how-to videos. I know it's kind of weird for you guys right now. But I did a couple of how-to videos of how to remove furs from a tail and how to shut out horses. And then after that, I actually moved the how-to videos over to a different channel, which is called Need to Know Horses, if you guys want to check that out. Or if you want to know any other how-to videos, you can comment on there or in any of my videos here. Let's watch... We'll watch part of this video. You guys can't see it yet. It's prepping for the County Fair Talent Show, and this was, it was for the County Fair, and we were using, I think this is the Greatest Showman music, as like a mini drill team. So there was only 4 of us, and only 3 of us were riding. Hey guys! Just gonna skip to riding here, somewhere. So for this, we just had music playing off of a phone, so you can't actually hear it, and then I didn't want to add the music in later because of the copyright on it. And then we picked up some flags. So we're just... we had done a clinic with a drill team with that I had set up with our county 4-H group, which is what our fair goes through. You have to be in 4-H in order to show at our county fair. And so I had set that up with a local drill team who performs at large events. So that's where we learned a lot of how to do all this. And this was a ton of fun. We did do another one the next year. We might have skipped a year. Oh no, this was 2018. So yeah, we did 2018 and 2019. We did drill teams, and then I aged out of 4-H. In 2020, there was no county fair. There is a new group that is doing drill team now as well. Another fun fact, in high school I did color guard, which is where all of our flags come from. We've bought or made flags over the years, and then we were given some flags by a friend that we were going to use for this performance that were some like cool flames, and we lost them between when we had gotten them, because it was quite a bit of time, quite a few months, where he had given them to us, and then we lost them before this, and I was so upset. But we have found them since, and they've been put back with all of the other flag stuff. So maybe at some point in the future we will use those. And these are 2 of my good friends that I'm riding with here that I still talk to both of them quite a bit. So for those of you been around for a while or know me, the horse that's closest, the black one, is Dakota, and I did ride him in a show. I think I posted a video on it. I will see if I can find it in our videos here. The one in the middle is Zip, who has been in videos. I don't know if I ever actually properly introduced him. He's an older quarter horse gelding, and then you all know Flash, the whole reason my channel got started in the first place. So this section of our drill was all kind of like mini little solo things. So we all had a lot of fun with this. And desensitizing with flags, all 3 of the horses were pretty calm, so none of that was really an issue. And this was before we had the flag holders. If you look close on the legs, you won't see any of the holders. Excuse me, which I did make later, and they're red with a yellow stripe on them since it was the Greatest Showman themed. Alright, we will move on to the next video. So I made an introduction video for Flash, which I will probably be doing a new one soon with both Flash and Elby. This is a fun video. This is Flash's first time out of the barn after being inside for, 4 weeks. And so what happened is since we're in Wisconsin, we had like a ton of like rain, and then it immediately froze. So there was thick ice that the horses were slipping on. I'm going to turn this down a little bit. So we're going to fast forward here to Flash being outside. He lays down in his stall every night, so being stuck inside, he was so dirty, and when he gets up, you'll be able to see all of like the grime that comes off of his computer. But he just loved being outside, and we were a little cautious because we were worried that the public ice would get this fresh layer of snow. It warmed up a little bit, but snow. He's so cute, and then he wants to play. Flash and Elby have been playing great. Feels supposed here snorting. They call it a dragon. It's so cute. He used to be an outside horse, but used to be his fish there in the corner. So cute. He just loves play. He was so excited to be outside. So this was March 2019. So as you guys can see, by looking at like the timestamps or the date stamps of when these videos were posted, I wasn't posting a lot. The first year I posted, I really didn't post a lot, and then waited till like the next year, posted a couple videos, and then 2019 is really when I started more getting into actually doing YouTube. So it's been a while, and I've still been very inconsistent and whatnot, which, sorry about that, guys. I do love doing YouTube. It just takes a lot of, he's so good, a lot of editing and a lot of time to record, edit, and post everything. He's so cute. we'll go to the next video, I think. I don't think he does too much more. Oh, he does. Let's go to here. Skip forward a little bit, where he'll play a little bit more. I believe it did end up freezing again after this, where they were in for like another week or so after this video. And he lets us know right away when he's ready to come in, so he's rearing, trying to play. And then once he's done, he just kind of stands at the gate and lets us know that he's ready. Alrighty. So, and then I have some tack hauls. Oh, this is a fun video. This is Flash at his first show compared to... Come on. Gotta rewind it. So this was the first show, one of his first shows that I showed him. I have a new mic that I haven't live streamed with, so I'm still figuring out what everything needs to be at. So now this was current. So this was 2019. It might have been 2018 showing, and I posted the video 2019. I couldn't do too much writing. Yeah. So there's a mule in this class, and Flash was so interested in the mule. I don't know that he had ever met the mule, so he just kept watching and watching and watching, and he would not focus. Alrighty. And then we worked in the barn aisle for a while. I'll show a little bit of that. So this was if it was too icy or just too cold to be outside. We didn't have an indoor for a while, so we were working in the barn aisle. We didn't trot too much on the cement at all. So this is actually, I was trying to get him used to using a bit, so that when we moved on to, I was going to do a performance of long lining for the talent show at the county fair. And so I was going to use a bit, because generally that's what people use for long lining, especially once the horse is already quite a bit trained. And he just kept having a lot of issues with it, so I did move him back to a halter for long lining. And he seems happier, he just seems to understand that better. So that's all that is. Walking, stopping, backing. And then we started working on Piaffe, which is an advanced dressage maneuver. See if the video will load here. Where it's like trotting in place. And I do still ask him every once in a while. This is the very beginnings of it. He learns quite fast. little bit better over the music. But the easiest way that I found for him working on this when we were doing this is I actually had him tied up really smooth onto something so that he knew that he was supposed to just stand there. And then I know it's recommended to start with the front feet, but I ended up starting with the back feet because he was much more responsive to that. And then I never ended up going back to his front feet, which I still would like to teach him to do one day. I think he'd have a lot of fun with it. So that's all that is. And then Piaf, we started having issues with Flash's feet. So we'll show a little bit of this. Go back to before I started wrapping the foot. Everything's just being a little slow, but it's getting there.
I wrap it around it a lot, and then I do horizontal and vertical pieces over the bottom of the foot, and then wrap them around it again on the outside just to hold them on better, to make it as waterproof as possible, since water is the whole reason that we were having the issue in the first place.
Hang on, gotta go back a little bit further. So we're actually doing this with his feet again. The stuff that we're using is called Dry Cow by Tomorrow. We do need to get more, we just ran out. But he started having really bad issues with thrush, and they've actually gotten worse since this. Like, he got better, or he got a little bit better after the Dry Cow, and then he started getting worse again. But you can see I put some gauze and whatnot on there just to make sure that the Dry Cow is staying in there, and then wrap it all up with vet wrap, and then from that put duct tape over it. But we still struggled with Flash's feet even till now, and they're starting to do better now. As you guys know, we moved, so Flash moved home as well. And because we moved pretty far away, we got a new farrier who we actually knew through 4-H when he was in 4-H. So we have a new farrier, which we're really liking so far, and he's doing great. This foot that I'm wrapping, now Flash had a crack in the toe that he's had for, I believe it was over a year, at least. And it's finally actually looking better. So we're very happy. So vet wrap, and then the duct tape. So now we're doing that. We're doing this wrap on his front right. This is his front left. And then we'll need to get more Dry Cow because he's having an issue with one of his back feet as well. But like I said, everything's starting to clear up and look better now. So hopefully his feet will finally get back to what they're supposed to be. We had a show. We're actually going to watch this other show. I know you guys can't quite see them. So this one, the video is just titled Great Show. And this was at, this was a local open show. And for the most part, I just show walk trot. It's pretty rare that I'll actually go into canter classes unless there's a specific canter class I want to go in, and you can't enter both walk trot and canter. So this is one of the open shows that was just walk trot. Sorry, fixing that a little bit. But you can see how good Flash was starting to look. And I think this is around the time when especially his hunt seat was finally coming into frame and he was starting to do well. So you can see there's a lot of people in here. I believe this was an open class. So I think there were a lot of people in here because it was open. And this might have been the walk trot only group. Fast forward quite a bit here. And I think, yeah, so this is now an open bareback class. So the shows I usually the show that I usually show at, it's one club that I show mostly with that has walk trot classes and then split canter classes between English and Western. But then there's also some open classes that are only open for the walk trot people, for them to open that are also open for walk trot and canter to do that are just walk trot. Camera went blurry, there we go. Just checking to make sure I'm far enough ahead this other person. Then we go the other way. This might be the next class. I have no idea what's going on. So these are always fun. There's quite a few fun classes at these shows. I didn't put any. Oh, Hunter Hack. That's in here. I think this is after the jump. Hang on. Go back a little bit further. So this is the end of the bareback class. I think it's back, and then we line up. So line up. A little bit of recording ground. Skip a few more seconds. Alright, so this is a Hunter Hack class. This is 18-inch cross rail. And as you can see, Flash doesn't jump. Alright, and then I think this is the actual class of it. So I think that was the warm-up, and this is the actual showing now. I think this was the first year that this class was added. And I had an idea of what it was, but really not too much of an idea. And I think I'm actually riding him in his dressage saddle. But this is one of the classes he actually likes. Because it's not just a boring rail class to him. So he always gets really excited about this class, shankless showmanship, anything that's Western riding or ranch riding, just fun stuff like that. He does break stride there into the lope for like 2 or 3 strides, and then at the end of Hunter Hack, you're supposed to back and drop your reins. And I don't usually show Hunter Hack, so I don't know what it means by drop your reins, but I know I can completely set my reins down, and he does not move unless I ask him to. So there's the Hunter Hack class, and we did. Oh, and then we have rail work. Oh wait, let's see if we can get the audio.
There was a chair there. Somebody sat on it.
So if you listen, at one point they asked for the canter, and everybody's like, no, 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 it's just a walk trot class.
Earlier I was.
But we get mom comments too. So the other people in the class do actually jump. Oh, missed it. Gotta go on. So you can hear everybody, no, 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 it's just walk trot. Which I was like, I don't think we're supposed to canter, but I mean, my horse can. We don't usually show canter. Because of his breed, he likes to keep his head up, which even there you can see it's higher than it should be for hunter under saddle. So we don't usually place in canter classes, whereas we're finally at the point where we're starting to place in walk trot. So that's pretty much that show. And then after that, we had some more tack sales from the next year. Let's watch showing from last summer. I think, yeah, so this was posted March of 2020, which is, I think I reposted some of the same video. Yeah, a lot of this is the same video we just watched. So this was after COVID started. Oh, here's some. This is a different clip. So this was after COVID. And so a lot of stuff was canceled for that year, 2020, as you all know. So I think they're doing callbacks. Or placings for another class? I don't really know. Sounds like placings for another class. But so, because so much was canceled for COVID, I started just reposting from the previous year. From 2019, 2018, that kind of stuff. And I did some throwback stuff from like, excuse me, from like when Flash was really little and whatnot. I think this is the big show we were at. So this is that same club. Excuse me. The same club, but a lot of people came to this one. And a lot of people came from a little bit further away. But you can see saddlebred, Clydesdale, lots of quarter horses. Because it's a pleasure show, there's always a lot of quarter horses. But there were quite a few saddle seat horses, especially in this class. And Flash is so silly. So what he does is he moves like whatever the other horses in the class do. So if we're in a Western Pleasure class, he doesn't move quite as slow as the Western Pleasure horses, but he does kind of slow down and he starts going slower. But in this class, because we had the saddle seat horses, anytime they would pass him, he'd pick his head up and then he'd pick up like a bigger trot. So it was kind of like, oh, they're doing that? I can do that. Let's see if one will go past us. And maybe you can see him do it. You're walking again. Okay. And then we skip the bareback. Place. I just want to see if that was placings. Or this might have been a callback class. This wasn't bareback. This was... Excuse us. First cut. This looks like it's just halter. Alrighty. What else do we got? There's some videos of last year, or from 2019 County Fair. I have 4 videos of Meadows Horse Fair from home, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, which is pretty much just showing older clips and talking about what goes on there, so we'll skip over those. I tried to do some gaming. I did Nancy Drew. I actually just found this again as I was getting ready to stream. But so, Nancy Drew Games, I do have a gaming channel now, if anybody's interested, but that is Riley with Flash Randomness, I think it's called. I haven't posted on it in a while. Working Horse Wednesday. I think this is Western riding and or ranch riding. Western riding at County Fair. So, like I said, this is one of the classes that Flash actually likes. He loves pattern classes. For anybody who doesn't know, Western riding is like a ranch type class where you're looking for the horse to listen really well, flying lead changes, which Flash does not do, and then going through a pattern. A lot of loping, and then backing, and it usually involves one pole, or most of what I've done. I think there's some patterns that have a few poles, but all of the ones I've done have been either this pattern or similar to it that have only had the one pole. You can see I'm trying really hard to set them up. This might have been the first year they had Western riding, or maybe the second. So it was still a newer class for us. And they did hold it at the state 4-H level as well. That I did do it, I think 2 years. I think I only did Western riding my last 2 years of 4-H. And we were allowed to show because our county fair is always really hot, they allowed us to show in t-shirts because it's always the hottest summer of the year, or the hottest week of the year. Sorry. But he loved that. He loved the fun classes. Tough Ride Tuesday. I was trying to do like daily or like week daily themes, and so Tuesday was Tough Rides. So this was one of our bad shows where me and Flash just fought like the entire show. You see he's real looky, and then pick up the lobe, and he's just kind of fast. Oh, this might have been, I think this was the novice Western pleasure class where, nice stop, where I was the only one in the class. Nobody else went in it, which I think is part of the reason I went into it. And we're going to go the other way. Flash is good at listening, he's just not great at neck reining. And his gaits are very fast for a Western pleasure horse, so we never place. And then I believe the judge, yeah, he comes over and talks for a little bit. Oh, story time. I think it was 2018. I had a judge who, phenomenal judge. She was fantastic. And after the show, it was a show, I think it was probably similar to or a little bit better than this one. Like I said, this show, me and Flash fought with each other just like for all of the riding classes. And this judge at the end of the day, super nice. She came over and we had Flash loaded up and we were hauling my friend's horse Dakota as well. And so we had him loaded up and everything was fine. And then, we had a great day. And I don't think I placed the best, which I'm always expecting at, watch this short bit of walking and jogging while I'm talking. But so I didn't like place great, and I think it was one of those days where I just kind of went and listened to the judge talk to the people who actually wanted feedback, because I was working with a riding instructor, and I knew he wasn't a great Western pleasure horse, especially for cantering. Even under Hunter Hack, he wasn't fantastic, or not Hunter Hack, Hunter Under Saddle. He's not a great just pleasure horse per AQHA standards, which is pretty much all of the shows I go to. And so I usually just go to have some fun and go in the classes that they have that are like the more fun classes for us. And so the judge had come over with both the boys loaded, and she told me, once you're a little older and a little stronger, you'll do a lot, or like you two will be doing a lot better. And I don't think she realized, because I look 14, right? So everybody assumes that I'm pretty young. And so I think she thought it was like 14. And I was like, yeah, thank you. And then she had laughed, and we just kind of had a little laugh about it because I was quite a few years older than 14, so it was just kind of funny. I don't know if we ended up doing too much this day. This might have just been a day that I just went and walked and jogged. just to get a ride on him. Yeah, I think that's just a day I just went and rode just to ride. Oh, this is a fun video. This is riding in a rope halter, which I think is one of the few videos I actually have a comment on. Yeah. So this is all in a rope halter, which didn't ride. Like I like to ride once in a while just in a rope halter or his regular halter just to see how he's doing. Um, and this is, I think, the first time I tried loping with him in a rope halter because he was doing so well. And I think this is at the time the gate was wide open, so like he could have just taken off if he wanted to, and he still did lope to halt, transition there, and then still backed up. He's such a good boy. Turning Tuesday was just working on his spins. Um, as you know, he doesn't actually spin. He's getting better, but um, he doesn't actually spin. Here's a super short clip of lunging. This is a 13-second video. No idea why I posted this on its own, but it's fine. Yeah. Oh, this one's called Feisty Flash, which means it must have been an interesting lunging day. Usually doesn't start with feisty stuff until he's loping. A little bit of a head toss. We've been working a lot over the last few years on his collection, as well as his frame. So holding his head down and just being in more like a quarter horse frame because of where we show. And he does actually move well that way. It's just not like what he naturally does. And so it's just a lot of, hey, can you put your head down? And he's like, oh yeah, sure, I can do that. So we're just a lot of working on that. Nothing crazy from him yet. When does he get feisty? Maybe when we go the other direction? Oh, he was ready for a quick turnaround. Whoop, there we go. This might have been one of the first days that I'd worked with him. It's midsummer. June 15th of 2020 is when it was posted. So, not early year, but it might have been after he had a little bit of time off. Not super crazy. He does this where he does super short strides on the lunge line. Oop, there we go. And days where he's doing stuff like this, where he's a little feisty about it, I usually make him move out a little bit more. And at this point, we weren't riding out in the field yet, but we didn't quite have the arena at the time. So we did a lot of working in this corral, which, as you can see, has a lot of rocks in it. So we worked with what we had, especially since he was one of two horses that was showing. The other one was Zip, who is an older gelding who's shown for many, many, many years. So he really doesn't need a lot of working with. But so we were kind of the only ones that were doing a ton of riding. So we were just riding out in this corral. He calmed down again pretty fast. We did walking by the road. I have quite a few videos of giving Flash dewormer. I don't know why. It's not super interesting. Tacking up blindfolded. We aren't going to watch it because it's 18 minutes long. But pretty much I attempted to tack him up blindfolded and did pretty well. This one is where you're supposed to hold onto the horn and flip like backwards over into the saddle. I could not do it. We had virtual horse shows I did for 4-H in the Parents, Leaders, and Alumni class. That was again during COVID, so that's the way they held their show. I had a couple of days of showing. This was just getting Flash ready, doing his bathing, after pictures of his bath. This is my friend who rides Zip. She was helping out with getting him ready for shows. Just more talking. This is getting him ready for shaving. So nothing too exciting there. Let's do this show first. This is showing day 1. He's got his slinky on. So this must have been the grounds open show. And then the next day was the club, which was also an open show. But one was held by the grounds themselves, and then the other was the other club that I show with. Flash being a showmanship rock star, as always. This was a harder pattern. You had to be at like a 45-degree angle to the judge. So he looks a little crooked. I think when I was in there, he didn't seem too crooked, but in the video, he looks very crooked. She's gonna do the walk around. Stop at the cone. Just checking with the judge. And then continue on our way.
Hey, so trot,
Waiting for English classes. Lots of talking because he's just standing there. Lunging. We were kind of far from the arena, and halter and showmanship were taking forever. This is the day that we showed until the show started at 9 a.m. and I went into the ring 9 o'clock that night. So we had been there for 12 hours. Luckily, we had opted to not show in a hunt seat, especially since it was canter classes. And this wasn't his dressage saddle, which means this is the saddle that didn't fit him great. So I'm even more glad that I had opted not to go in that class. I think there was only like 2 or 3 hunter under saddle classes I was going to go in, and we didn't go in them. Warm-up rings were just kind of crazy. It was a lot bigger, like a lot more people than what we were used to. So this is just me warming him up. We started having issues with him riding hunt seat at shows, but mainly at the one grounds, which he is doing better now, and it was not these grounds. But this was kind of in the middle of all that, so I didn't really want to push him too hard, and I didn't want to push myself too hard with these classes either. We were there for fun, and the main reason we were actually there was for the reining class, which I think I put in, but I don't know that you can actually see it. Maybe I didn't put it in. Oh no, I didn't? I don't think I did. I think I was going to post a different video on it. But you can see he's looking pretty good walk trot. I still get nervous cantering at shows, especially when there's a lot of people, which is one of the reasons I opt to walk trot and not canter. Classes go better than warm-up rings, just because warm-up it's kind of a free-for-all. So here I'm just kind of showing like how many people were actually in the warm-up ring, and it's a big ring, but when you're in there and everybody's trying to canter around at their own speed, it gets a little rough. So this was a ranch pleasure walk trot class, I believe. Skip through some of this. Because there were so many people, the classes took quite a while, and I think this was the judge that was just kind of slow in judging as well, just because of how long the show went. I think she was a bit slower. My foot's falling asleep. Hang on. And then I'm just talking about the show. But you can see out the window, it's super dark. This was the next day. Hey guys, so we have... Did I not do showmanship, or did I not post the showmanship? Oh, I did. I just skipped over it all. Let's see if we can do... I think this was the shankless showmanship. Yeah, because it was the easier pattern. So this is the class where I don't have anything connected to him. So if he chooses to, he can just walk away, which does happen to people all the time in this class. And for the most part, when we do this class, Flash does fantastic. We had one. This past year I did 2 of these shows because that's all they had, and the second one, it had a circle where it put me on the inside and him on the outside, and we were supposed to trot it and then straight to the judge. And he decided that he just didn't want to trot it, so he didn't, and he just walked the whole pattern. But then everybody else, there were a couple other people. Most of the other horses left, and they had to like go retrieve the horse again. There was one who had a phenomenal pattern, which was just fantastic. I think this is just open, which I messed up. So this was a show in 2020, and I think this is the only one for this club, and I was so mad. I'll wait for the pivot here at the end. So this pivot was supposed to be a full turn and then a quarter turn, and we ended up, I skipped the full turn, and I only did the quarter turn, which means I didn't win the class, which made me lose high point. I had high point. I think I was told I was like 1 point off of high point, and I had placed like 3rd or 4th in this class. Or 6th or something. I think I placed. Maybe I didn't, though. Whee! We get to watch the sky. So this is just some walk trot classes. So he's a little funny at these grounds. So usually for this club, for walk trot, it's done inside. Because of COVID, they moved it to outside, which is fine. He does fine outside. The only thing is that outside, he moves, is a bigger trot, and he moves forward quite a bit more. So I usually ride him front seat if we're outside. But if we're inside, I'll sometimes ride him western, because you can switch depending on however it's going for that day. So it's kind of funny to see the difference in how he does, even at the same grounds. I just realized I have a game running in the background that would probably help to not have that running. This should have open, and then Hunter Hack should be in this class as well. This is either me putting the saddle back on or taking it off, and I'm curious as to which it is. So here's saddle off, which means, yeah, this is saddle back on. So they're taking the rails out for Hunter Hack. I'm putting my saddle back on to be able to go over the cross rails. We're gonna get a rail, is what it looks like, but hang on. Oh, I missed it. Go back. Every time I ask him to extend, and he's like, "You mean a lope?" No, not a lope. Just extend. Oh, and then I went in the big, giant, open class. Got it? Oh, fun pictures! Aww. Flashy with his ribbon. So cute. So that was showing. Oh, here. This was the coyotes. And Flash, he must have known they were close by. Because he was kind of... Well, that's crazy. Let me turn the volume back up for this one. Oh, there he took off. I have dual monitors, that's why I keep looking to the right, because I'm looking at the other monitor where all my recording stuff is. And I just could not get him to calm down. Alrighty. We made sure the volume's high enough. I don't know if you guys can hear it. I'm gonna make it pretty loud. At least I don't know if you guys can hear it. There's a whole pack of coyotes that sounded like they were like right back in the tree line, just barking and howling, and it was so loud there because it's kind of like a valley, so it was so loud. And we went inside and just hung out for a little while. Called it a night. Yes, trying to do vlogging at the beginning of 2021. I made it a whole... Here's 11. Yeah, and then I skipped a few days. Or no, I didn't skip them, I just didn't mark them. And then I skipped again. Yeah, very inconsistent. Sorry, guys. So this is when we got Flash's new hunt saddle.
Hey guys, my name's Riley.
See, it's got some dryness on the side there. Might be a little hard to see from the angle you're at, but we're
Our
going
barn
to clean it up.
Here is
I've
very,
got
very dusty.
oil
with the bedding
and
using.
some
So I do
saddle
have a
soap
cover up,
ready to clean
especially
it
on
with.
this saddle.
So I'm gonna go ahead and start cleaning this, and I'll do a time lapse for you guys, and then I believe we're gonna just skip this. I believe this is trying the saddle on him. You'll see I eventually take the pad out from underneath and slide the saddle back about an inch, and I have taken my gloves off by the time I'm getting more into seeing if it fits or not, because it was seeming like it was fitting okay. And we decided that it does fit him a lot better than we thought it was going to. We either thought it was going to be too thin or too wide, because he is a really hard horse to fit. So the fact that it fit him so well for how hard he is to fit, I was really excited about. We're just gonna see if we can get someone who knows saddle fitting a lot better to try it out, just to make sure
And we never
that it's
actually
fitting as well
did
as we think
have
it is.
somebody else fit it.
So
But
you can
riding
see
him
a
in
little
it,
bit that he's
he
kind of
felt
antsy, kinda tossing his head
phenomenal.
a
He
little bit.
moved so
Some
much
of it might
better.
be from
So it's definitely
just
fitting
the
him a
saddle sitting
lot
funny,
better
he thought it was
than
pinching, or he didn't
what
like
his
where it was
other
sitting.
one was.
Eventually, he does
So we're
kinda
super
stop
excited
and
about
calm
that.
down, and it does look like it sits on him pretty well.
And usually when
Like
we're
I said,
fitting
we're gonna
saddles
find
on
someone who
him,
knows a bit
when
more
I'm
about
doing
saddle
this kind of
fitting
stuff,
to
he'll throw his
natural
head,
fitting
he'll
for
try
us
to
with
reach
it,
back and bite me.
just to make sure it's
He has
fitting
never
as
done
well
that
as
with
we
this
think it
saddle,
is.
so
'Cause if it
we're
doesn't,
pretty
we won't
hopeful
use
that
it with
it
him.
fits him
We'll
pretty well.
save it for a different horse, or
Um,
clean it up and
at some point
sell it at
down
some
the
later
road, we
time.
will have somebody fit it for him,
But I thought
just
it fitted
to
pretty
make
well.
sure. But
Hopefully,
with how
if we get
he's
somebody
doing
else
in
to
it,
fit it, they'll say it fits
I'm not
him well as
too
well.
concerned that it's
So
causing him any pain. And I put him back out, and then this was tack. I believe this is the tack that we got with the saddle, and I'm just cleaning it all. So when we had gotten the saddle, the lady we got it from was selling it on Marketplace. And was like, "Oh, I also have this box of random leather straps for if you want it for like $20." And we were like, "Sure, why not?" And it looked like older leather. And we were like, "Well, it's great for the horseless horse kids." Great for the horseless horse kids to be able to use it for like leather working projects, and do like the restoration on them, of getting them all cleaned up, and if anything needs to be replaced, doing that. But what it ended up being, as you can see some of the colored bands there, is it was like 5 to 7 saddle seat double full bridles. So quite a good deal in that. I'm going to show you my mom's most viewed video on her channel because it's here in my recommended. This is the first part of that Walworth County Fair runaway hitch. So this was as they went in the gate, they took off. And let me turn all the volume back up again so you can hear it. You'll hear them take off. And then if you watch, it might be a little too fuzzy for being a recording of a video, but you'll see the back wheels look like they're not moving. But again, it could just be the resolution of the video. The thing is you can see the corner here. Somebody had parked a golf cart right next to the bleachers here. So everybody on the bleachers either had to exit the other way, which I think there was something else on the other side, go to the front and walk around, or go off the back. So what happened is, as we were
everybody get away from the fences, please. Get away from the fences. Get away from the fences.
It causes everybody in front of us to rush backwards up the bleachers, pretty much to like force us off the back. That has 300
330,000, almost 331,000 views on it. Alright, so now we're getting into this past summer. So this was, we moved, and I waited a little while.
Hey guys, my name is Riley, and as you can see, I'm
Skip quite a bit here. Waited a little while before posted about it.
From the grooming stall is this big garage door, which is nice there. I really like that it's there. And then there's also two other doors, one here and
So you guys can see how much of a mess the barn is here. And I don't know if I posted too many videos of being in the barn. It is nowhere near like that anymore.
one back there. Turn off night vision for a second, or not.
So this video is from
We have a ladder out here just because we were fixing some stuff.
somewhat shortly
here
after we had
is
moved in and we
Flash's
were
stall.
starting to fix everything. So Flash's
Night
stall
vision, turn
here
off again.
now is all matted, all of his bedding's in, his corner feeder's in,
There
the
we go.
bucket
So I have
holder
a decent amount
has
of light
been
in here, so this
fixed.
is when it's
All those
dark
holes
and
have
the
been
doors are
filled.
closed.
He does
There's
have
a
a
decent amount
salt
of
lick
light
on the
in his
wall there
stall.
now, so
We are
just very,
officially see
very different. Let's skip ahead a bit
We're super
here.
excited, and I'll let you guys get back to the
Ah,
other
yes,
part of the
we were
video.
keeping the tractor in the barn because we had stuff for moving was still in the shed, which we ended up getting moved shortly after that. And then, after that, random video, guys, I got a new horse. This is so much fun going through all these. So this is September 12th. We brought him home September 10th.
Hey guys, my name is Riley.
If you look over here, you can see
So this is the last stall, or no, this is in Flash's stall.
and the other stall we're getting ready is the last stall in the barn, and there's a reason.
Talking about the last stall in the barn. And you're gonna see the clip, yeah.
So here is the first video I have of
So,
that little guy right
he's
there.
this little guy in the
He
front.
his
And he has
tag
broken
is broken.
tag.
And I actually had bid on him online and just went to go pick
And
him
as
up,
you guys know,
and
his
I
name
really
is,
like his pickup.
he's
It's
LB on
actually
Snowstorm. We
not
call
far from
him
home. So I'm
LB
just
in the
now,
barn.
pickup was in West Bend, Wisconsin. So
But these were all of the other Mustangs. They were loading up
there's some of the other horses I'm recording as well.
like 8 to 10 horses for the Amish when we got there. So we had to wait for them to be done. And then I had to decide which side of the chute I wanted to stand on. So they're about to go in and push them around. They're just making sure they've gotten the right horse.
Yeah.
But so I had to decide which side of the chute I wanted to stand on, and then Mom stood on the other side and recorded from that side, but I never posted it. And I stood on this side because of where the door of the trailer was. Now, usually when you go to pick up a Mustang, they offer haltering, so he's the one in the back. When you go to pick up, they offer haltering, but because of COVID, they weren't. So everything from taking his tag off to first touches to getting his halter on and off, I had to do all that without having any way of touching him. They just take a little while to get him separated, and he's super easygoing. So they have him in the back here, and they're just getting the other horses put back into the pen, and then they'll go back, open it, and let him through. But you can see how short his tail is when it comes back through again compared to how long the other horses' tails are. I think, so he was born in holding, and I think the other 2-year-olds, because that's who he was kept with, were eating, like they would chew on tails, and we have seen him chewing on Flash's tail, and I did one night when I was bringing him in, Flash did like chew on his tail. So I'm hoping that he'll grow out of that and Flash will stop doing that as well. He's so cute. It took me at least 10 days to decide on a name for him.
I think somebody online said they're pretty late, either tonight or tomorrow.
I was trying to talk with these 2 people here at the chute, and they just were not having it. So they couldn't get him out of the tarp area and into the chute itself. He just like did not want to go. And then the guy working the door slammed it into him. And he, I don't know if it was transport there or if another horse got him, but he had a big cut on like right above his tail, like at his dock,
Alrighty.
which did end up healing up just fine. And then this is unloading him into the barn. We were expecting wild crazy, and we definitely did not get that with him. So we're very excited. He's fantastic. We love him. And he walked right into his stall.
Good boy.
He wasn't super nervous or anything. And I have measured him. So when we were thinking of a Mustang and we were looking at him, I knew he was born in holding, I knew he was young. And he was already measuring in their system at 14.2. So I was like, okay, that's okay. Totally forgetting that like horses grow until they're like 6, and a lot of Mustang people say, so a lot of domestic horses like quarter horses will grow up till they're like 5 and then grow out till they're like 6, 7. Mustangs, however, a lot of people have told us they grow up until 6 or 7 and then they grow out 7, 8. So we'll see how tall he ends up. When I measured him
I might be able
last,
to tag off
his
today.
withers, I think I had it off a little bit. Said he was 15.1 already, but I don't think it was. When I originally measured him, he was still 14.2 at the withers, but his butt, which was super high, was at 15.2. You can see how nervous he is. And then I had a lot of footage that I still don't know that I ever actually posted for you guys. So this is like the first week we had him. And this is leading him into the barn. So this is day 6.
This is day 6 of inside the.
A little while to get him in the barn.
Riley's leading him. That's good.
Man, is he a cutie.
What a good boy. He's a little nervous because I'm in here, but he's okay.
He's still very jumpy.
Oh.
And because
Okay.
we got him right in fall, and then I ended up being gone for a couple of days with 4-H, he's not doing a ton better, but he is doing better. He's doing great with leading. He's just still very jumpy. His feet haven't been doing as well, so we do have the vet is actually coming out tomorrow to just sedate him a little bit so we can get his feet done because they are really overgrown. So we're doing, not tomorrow, Friday. It's only Wednesday. But so we are having that done just to make sure that his first trim is calm and nothing is traumatizing at all for him. So I'm going to show the next day here.
Uh-oh. 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 Is he alright?
The fan was scary. I think I had
the
moved the fan.
It's okay, baby. Oh. Yeah.
And my biggest thing was because he is so jumpy, and he still is, because I don't like him being too close on top of me. So we do a lot of just making sure he's not too much in my space. Name reveal coming soon. We have October classes, his name reveal. He had a tomato plant tree thing stuck on his head one day. The first day of Vlogmas, I went out to get him, and he had his head just through one of them. He was eating Mom's garden. And then Vlogmas. We forgot to record. We were so irritated after we realized we forgot to record giving LB his dewormer for the first time. And he's had dewormer through the Bureau of Land Management in holding, but for us it was the first time that we had given him dewormer, and we forgot to record it. So he's just licking salt. And then we remember we did LB first, and then we did Flash. So we gave Flash his. And then Flash is stretches. So. And hay box. I haven't finished the hay box yet. I just need to drill the holes and tie the net part in. And then show a little bit of Christmas. So this was later Christmas, and I have to show the difference between Flash and Elby. So I started my recording first, and then waited for Mom. And she said, go. And Elby is such a curious little guy. So he was a little iffy about the streamers, just like, what is it? And then he very quickly was just like, okay. And you can see Flash is like, what is going on? He's so jumpy about it. And Elby's just like, okay, can I eat it? He did end up chewing on it. I don't know when. Oh, there. He has it in his mouth. See? Oh, dude. Yeah, he's just chewing away on it. And I had a bow, and I had a couple of his braids in already, so it had like a pin or something on it, so I just put that pin through one of his braids. The lights. I couldn't get them to turn on. The battery died or something. And so I was trying to put it over his head, and Mom was like, okay, we're done. I won. And I was like, well, if I had known it was a race, I would have just thrown it on his ear like you did. Elby's sitting there chewing on the lights is what's going on. While I'm trying to get it on over his head. And then we just walked him around a bit. Elby loved the bag. I don't know what it was. He's terrified of everything, but that bag was the best toy in the world for him. But if I moved it, it was scary. I don't know if I still have it on. I might have turned the camera off. Yeah. And then I did manage videos. I have just a couple more videos that I haven't posted yet that are shorter clips. So this is riding in the snow. I've been trying to get clips to make an actual intro video of a short video montage for the beginning. And so I thought it'd be cool to go through the snow, since the snow was all clean and all that. Back. And then here's 51 seconds. We don't usually ride too much in the snow, just because we don't want our horses to get sweaty. And then it got icy, and now we just haven't ridden much because feels like negatives anywhere from 0 to negative. I think we hit negative 15. Just a little bit of walk trot, and then we had that little bit of lope in that other video. That's really all we did. That's just more. This is only 15 seconds. Just some walking. And then I think I have one more that I did. Yeah, this is an older video from, not this, I think 2020 summer or 2019 summer. I think 2020 summer. I believe it's us sloping and doing a rollback or two. and then just spinning. So, not much. This is kind of at the end of our ride. I had some other clips from that, but it was just in a whole bunch of clips, and I didn't feel like trying to get them all on. And I think I've posted some of these clips before anyways, so make sure that if you guys want to see more of me and Flash and Albie, go ahead and check out the other videos. But otherwise, I think, hang on, let me get back to, I think we're done for the day. We've been going for like an hour and a half, and I've got some other stuff I've got to do today that I've got to leave for soon, so I gotta go get ready for that. But you can see, I know you guys can't see the whole page, but all the way back to about 5 years ago, I've got videos posted. Like I said, if you want to see more how-to videos, I have that other channel, Need to Know Horses, which is all how-to videos. There's not too many posted right now, so if there's certain things you would like to see, you can comment on any of those videos, any of this channel's videos, or if you're in the live and you want to see anything, you can comment that as well. But I am going to get going, and I will see you guys soon. I'll have some more videos posted, hopefully soon. But I'll see you guys then. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!